We're still talking about the fat channel on the Studio Live AI series boards. There's one control all three boards have in common, works the same way, and it is the most essential control on the fat channel. I couldn't mix a show without this control, and it is the HiPassFilter. It is also very simple, one knob control. You can turn it up or down, and basically you're choosing a roll-off frequency. If I choose 240, that means that I'm rolling off the lows below 240. So that's extremely critical because in a live sound situation, managing the bass, managing the low end, and having it not get out of control is one of your jobs as a sound person. And so it's absolutely critical that you roll off the lows. You will use this on almost every channel in your mix. Now, technically, it's a 12 dB per octave high-pass filter. If you have an older version of the manual, it says 6, which is a very gentle roll-off. But it's not. It's sort of a medium roll-off. At 12 dB per octave, it's very effective, probably right where it needs to be for live sound. So what I'm going to do is just show you how it works and give you an idea of where you need to set it for different kinds of instruments. So let's start with the kick. You wouldn't think you want to roll it off in the kick, and you might or might not. But I'm going to roll it in so that you can just hear how it sounds on the kick. All right, so in your show, because the kick is actually playing live into the room, you could actually roll off a little bit on the kick as well. You might want to roll it off down here at 40 or 30 or something like that to control boominess and keep your bass under control. On the snare, it's even more useful because the snare mic is often picking up other drums. So let's select number 2, which is our snare channel. So on overheads, you have the opportunity to roll off quite a bit of the low end because you might not want to pick up a lot of the kick and snare. You want the body of the snare in the overheads, but then you also have close mics for the snares to pick up more of the snare sound. So you might want to roll that off. So we can do a lot of tailoring of our overall sound using just this single control. Now on your other open mics, like your vocal mics, you don't want a lot of the low end coming through those either. So let's just see where we need to set it for the lead vocal. Just turn these off for a minute. We'll bring up the lead vocal. Hit select over here in the vocal.
Right by your side in all these good and bad times. Oh, I'm done running. I think it's time. And know that I stand right by your side in all these good and bad times.
Now you can see all the way up to 130, even beyond 180. We can barely hear any difference. And of course, on the background vocals, we can be even a little bit more aggressive, maybe going even up to, say, 240, and it will just take out all of the stuff that you really don't need coming through those mics and just give you something a little cleaner to mix with.
Oh, I'm done running. I think it's time. And know that I stand. Baby, hold my hand. Right by your side in all these good and bad times. Oh, I'm done running. I think it's time. And know that I stand right by your side in all these good and bad times. Oh, I'm done running. I think it's
All right, so those are just some examples using the high pass filter. You can use the high pass filter pretty aggressively across the board on your mix, and it will really help tighten things up, especially if you're in a smaller club situation and you're acoustically getting a lot of low end from the stage anyway. So that's the high pass filter on the Studio Live AI Fat channel. Thanks for watching.